All right, y'all, let's go. Yo, what's happening, everybody? This is the Corey Malone Project, and I am back with another fantastic fucking episode. Today's video, we're going to be finishing up on the Def Jam Fight for New York tier list. We already went through SS tier, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, and Z tier. If you enjoyed the motherfucking content I'm doing, y'all, man, consider liking, subscribe. Damn, nigga, almost spit it on myself. Let me get that from the 10 out. If you enjoy the content I'm putting out, you enjoy my streams, my motherfucking video, man, feel free to fuck with me on all my social media. Consider liking, subscribing, and supporting me in any way motherfucker possible. We already went through what I needed to do, and before I get into how I motherfucker do it, make sure y'all grab 2 bottles of water. Order some food from Uber Eats. Get y'all weed ready. Light up. And let's go. We went through almost every tier that we can do competitively. We didn't went through SS tier, Donnie. We went through S tier, Donnie. A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, and Z tier, Donnie. Hey, matter of fact, much shout out to my boy Donnie Fernandez being up in this bitch. Donnie, you know I fuck with you, my G. Much love. I appreciate you being in here. This tier list actually came from, hold on, let me make sure I get it right. This is where the tier list came from. The Hat Man, the Gatekeeper, Joey Bag of Donuts, and Ferris Cindy on Twitter. So here's the information below. I'll be sure to include that up in here. Oh shit, my fault, Express. I didn't even see you. My fault, my G. Much love, Express, for you being up in here. I did finish SS tier, Express, but I had like a technical difficulty, so I had to end the video. Probably I had to end the video maybe about 5 or 10 minutes ago. Yeah. No, I honestly, I respect everybody. I looked at their social media, you know, because I be on social media, bro. I be on Twitter, I be on IG, I be on Twitch. There's a couple streamers that I watch every couple days, y'all. So I fuck with these I fuck with everybody that made the tier list. However, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, bro. When I was going through the tier list the first time, because it's like when I seen it probably a couple of weeks ago the first time, and I seen how low Manny was ranked, and then I seen how low Flav was ranked, I'm like, oh man, I'm disagreeing with this. But nonetheless, I know that these guys are very important to the community. Shout out to the ladies that's very important to the community also. But I have some issues on how we have some of these characters ranked. And that's just in my humblest opinion. So we already went through SS tier on down, y'all. Let's talk about the shit that are not allowed in our band competitively. Yeah. That's cool and all, and we got the band list on here also, bro. So I'm going to be talking about the band list, and I'm not specifically going to rank them or rate them, but I will talk about these characters and how much I appreciate them, right? Everybody has their opinion on who is a demigod, who is a titan, who is broken, who is overpowered, who is in the SS tier, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, Z tier, all of that shit. Everybody has their own opinion. Starting off with our hidden gems, y'all, which are some of the players that kind of Although on paper it may not look as good as other players, they can compete with the best and can guarantee you some type of, main play to say, hey, I can get this done with these players. I just have to know how to play with these players. Joe Buttons, D-Mob, what was Busta Rhymes' name? Magic, Mac 10, Prodigy, Family, and Havoc. What's really interesting is, let's say I never created Dozer. Shout out to Bulldozer. Dozer had been in like 3 games already. Dozer been in NFL Street 1 and NFL Street 2 and also in Def Jam Fight for New York. If I never created Dozer, I'm honestly pretty sure I would be playing with Joe Buttons, bro. I like Joe Budden. His fighting style, his skill set, his attributes, I like it. I think he's a pretty good player for me to play with. It matches a similar style that I do. It matches me and how I carry my gameplay throughout a match. Joe Buttons is pretty good on my list, man. I feel like Joe Buttons will be a main for me if we did the story mode and we didn't have Dozer. Hold on, y'all. I just took that hit too. So with that being said, let's get even more far out and let's go look at these attributes, y'all. Because I don't know anywhere that they do these tier lists and they rank these Def Jam Fight for New York. And I want to show what we talking about. Who is we talking about again? Oh, Joe Budden. Yeah. My bad, y'all. I'm high. So we got Joe Budden. Y'all hear me talk about this shit called speed all the fucking time, right? I'm a fast play character. I'm looking for the best opportunity for me to get the fast pace going. I know how to slow up pace when pace needs to be slowed up, but I am not a slow pace character. I particularly play with speed. I use speed to my advantage. Sometimes speed is not my advantage, and I use it to my advantage. Joe Budden's upper power, lower power, and speed is a very great setup the way he has it. If we were to say, hey, let's look at upper power, and let's say that's about somewhere near 70, 80%. However that looks to y'all, it looks like it's 70, 80% out of 100. Let's just say that. Speed is a little bit more than that though. So upper and lower power are basically the same that he has it for both. And it's pretty good. I'm not going to say it's great because there are characters with way better upper power, way better lower power, and way better two of the mixes together. So I cannot say that it's great. However, I can say that it's pretty good, right? Pretty good would be a 70, 80 for me. That's pretty good. Something that is 80 to 90 is pretty great. Something that is 90 to 95 is very great. Something to 100% on up, because we got that 100%, we got that 110%, we got that 120%, and then, however else they do it. You know how this game does it. Based on your skills, too. I just want to add that. That is Hall of Fame. Y'all see Blaze's upper power? It seems to be that is at 100%. That is on the Hall of Fame level, meaning that is a very extremely top rank attribute that player has. And if I'm talking too much, let me know, y'all. I just want to make sure that we get some good content. We talk to each other and we get through this. I do got some information about Express that we go talk. I mean, not Express. Express, I do got some information about Prodigy's submissions that I do want to talk about, but we'll get to that point. Get a little water, too. Express, I'm going to send this video to get edited. Hopefully, I'm going to send it off to get edited so it could be uploaded. Hopefully, maybe a little bit after part 1. y'all. I took a good ass hit. Then we work our way to toughness. Now, I kind of do struggle with toughness a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Because once you get me down to a certain point and he's now dazed or in shock and he can't recover, it becomes a pretty tough game. Excuse me, everybody. But to make up for it, health is pretty high. Arguably his highest stats if we look at it for real. If you discount the skills, the health is the highest. And then there goes charisma, which charisma works very interesting in this game, I might add. I think I did a game last week against somebody, and I was cooking them. I probably put him in like 2 blazings, and I still lost the match. Because I couldn't get that third blazing to guarantee the victory. Damn. I think it was Doc I was playing against. So when it comes down to like a main character that I roll with, I think I'll roll with Joe Budden. I think if Joe Budden if they allowed this tier to be competitive, I think I would be cool with Joe Budden. And he has submissions, which is pretty good, and martial arts, which is pretty good on countering. So the thing about these submissions, y'all, right? At some point, we need to win the match. Not every game we can guarantee a victory off of KO. Although KO is a pretty high way to get a victory, we need to work certain things about what we're doing. Submission does pretty good at that. You work that limb all game, and let's say we're at the 3-minute mark, and they're very low on leg damage. Well, guess what? Submission just got us the dub. So with that being said, let's go over and look at our next. D-Mob. Now, I want to say how bad D-Mob was in Vendetta, but we're going to save that for another time because this isn't a Vendetta tier list. This is a Fight for New York tier list. I believe that based upon my interactions playing with and against D-Mob, his wrestling has gotten pretty good, bro. D-Mob's wrestling has gotten pretty good. I've seen him get victories over people that I wouldn't have thought of, but he got it anyway because his wrestling was really good. So I can see how D-Mob is a hidden gem. If you know how to play with D-Mob, you could give a nigga a run for some money. Now, my style of play, I don't stay inside when it comes to wrestlers. I get kicks going, right? I get those kicks going. When I get those kicks going on a wrestler, hold on, let me go up to D-Mob because I want to talk to him while I got a suit. All right. Hold on, let me put the suit on right now. I like that suit. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I don't know, Express. I cook D-Mob so easily. Both in story mode and in arcade. And when I remember playing it years ago. I don't think D-Mob was that much of a challenge. But we'll talk about Vendetta when Vendetta comes up. I got you, Express. We'll work that Vendetta tier list hopefully somewhere next week. Hopefully. But let's talk about D-Mob and Fight for New York. His submissions and his wrestling is his skills. I will say that his wrestling is pretty fucking good, in my honest opinion, bro. I might even say he could go one-on-one with the best. Not saying he gonna win it in the first of 10 with the best, but he's a pretty good wrestler. And he does have submission skill set also. Now, if we look at his upper power, that is on Hall of Fame. But D-Mob, to me, isn't a striker. I don't get that many striking hits against or with D-Mob. And there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, when I play wrestlers, as I mentioned, I do not go head up with them. Wrestlers want to grab. We know that. Submissioners want to grab. So we getting double that. We're getting double that. We're getting a grab and we're getting a submission, right? Mostly we're getting that grab, and then we're getting a suplex or some type of wrestling move with D-Mob. I play against D-Mob. I'll do a 1-2 to see where I'm currently at with him. So I'll do a 1-2 and then I'll back up. I want to pace myself for D-Mob, right? Because wrestlers and submissions up close, not a good idea to punch them. The reason why, because they're third. Usually their third. The third hit is a counter, you know. But not saying he's the best counterer, but he can a little bit counter. In situations where I start off with my 1-2, and I'll tell y'all why I start off with my 1-2 against D-Mob and other wrestlers and submissioners, is because I'm establishing range, right? With D-Mob, that 1-2 tells the AI he's punching. So 1-2 is my punch to start off. Being that in a lot of situations I play with speed, I'm always going to win this 1-2 because his speed is not that very good. It's good, but it's not very good. As soon as I establish this 1-2 against D-Mob, I back up, right? Whatever he does, I can react to it. I'm good on it. Then I'll step back in, and then I'll do a 1-2, and then I'll back up. After that, I start kicking. After I do that, I start kicking, y'all. The reason why is because the mix-ups. The AI in this game, they know how to counter consistent, not consistent. They know how to counter repeated actions. I set up those kicks. I get the distance again. D-Mob counters my kicks. He is further off where he usually be at to grab. So there's a good chance he's going to miss his grab, or he's going to try for something else that will get a punch going for him. That way he can start his distance. So with that being said, for D-Mob to have very Hall of Fame level upper power and very great lower power, he does suffer a little bit in the speed. I'm not going to lie. His mental toughness is very there. Oh, damn, he's 290, bro? Express, he 290 pounds on his game? Damn, that's different. Damn, he faster than most niggas I know. His speed look like it's at if I had to take a guess on his speed, I would say maybe a 60, because that's a little bit above half. I would say maybe a 60. If I had to be real picky, maybe 63 for his speed. But nonetheless, if he gets close to you, his game is to grab. So his speed is based off that too, right? Interesting, I know. But moving on, his toughness is on Hall of Fame. So he has two things that are on Hall of Fame and nothing that is really on yellow, although that speed is kind of approaching yellow, but we could argue that that's more green than yellow. And his health is pretty solid. All right, Express, I got you. And his charisma is pretty solid. More than solid, maybe even pretty good for his health and charisma. So for that reason, I think D-Mob is a hidden gem. If you're a D-Mob main, shout out to you. I want to see more D-Mob mains. Because that wrestling and that submission, if he gets you in a grapple, he has so many arsenals at his disposal with that. So next up, we got Magic. Oh, let me get a little sip of water, y'all. We got Magic. Um, and correct me if I'm wrong, cause I be high. I can't remember everything, y'all. But isn't Magic a submissioner? Like every opportunity he does, it's a submission. He looks for the grab submission. He looks to establish that going, and more than likely, a lot of his combos end with some type of grab. But he has a pretty good setup the way his attributes are with each other. What I play with Magic, aka Busta Rhymes, yeah, I can see a lot of benefit from Magic. I remember taking him on with I think it was Blaze and Dozer versus Fat Joe and Magic. It was an interesting match because we were at a handicap level because they beat Blaze's ass already. Oh wait, no, that was Crack and Magic. Yeah, I think that was Crack and Magic. But we were at a disadvantage. So in a lot of situations in the story mode, if you're at a disadvantage, you have to fight back and forth with each opponent. Especially if it's a tag team. Don't even mention handicap with 1-on-3. But if you fight back and forth, I had to do that because Blaze was losing us the game. He would get KO'd or submission because Fat Joe is a great wrestler and Magic is a fucking great submissioner. So when you put those two on a team against someone who was already handicapped, I had to fight both characters at basically back to back, meaning that I had to get the best of Magic and then go over to help Blaze fight Crack. And then go back to Magic because Magic gets up out of that time. So you make a pace, and like I said, I move back and forth on this pace. I move at a quick pace. I do what I got to do over here, move over, do that, then go back and then find out the best situation that Blaze can be in so we could get this fucking dub. But as we can see with submissions, obviously Magic upper powers on Hall of Fame didn't need that many points in the lower power, but we could have used a lot of more points in that speed. That speed does hurt Magic in a lot of situations. Not every, but depending on the way your competition is playing with Magic, it could hurt that player in a lot of ways. Now, if they're playing with Magic the way I think they will, if they're trying to compete at a competitive level, then Magic is a very great character. But because we're not in the competitive level for Magic, we can't use them. So those submissions, although they're very great, they can only be used in certain situations. This would be another situation where I'm not playing Magic head on. I'm kicking the shit out of this nigga, bro. He don't got the speed to keep up. And if he does run up and get his shit started, there's a quick punch coming his way. So, with that being said, let's go over, y'all. Make sure we get this shit right. All right, let's look at Mac 10. Okay. Prodigy, Family, and Havoc. I'll start off with both Prodigy and Havoc. Express, shout out to Express because he support the stream all the time. He had told in a chat, he had chatted in the chat about how overpowered Prodigy's submissions are. Man, oh man, when you face Prodigy in story mode, first thing he does is run up, kind of similar to Crow, and hit you. Similar to Danny Trejo too. They all run up and try to hit you. The thing that makes Prodigy special is his submissions hurt a little bit too much. Like they take away a little bit too much, if you ask me. Damage. And when you're facing characters like that where all they do is really submission moves and they're pretty quick, You might have an issue with Prodigy. I do like Prodigy. I like the fact that he does do submission moves. They are pretty overpowered at times. There's ways to get past it, but to play with or against it could always be something. Oh, let me find Prodigy. Damn, Prodigy this slow? Oh, there you go. He is another one of those characters that have 3 skill set setups. So street fighting, kickboxing, and submission. And that's not necessarily a great thing. That's not necessarily a horrible thing. That's just something for us to mention, that he has 3 of these set up, and they could work for his benefit or they could work against him. That submission that he got is just a little bit too strong. I don't have an issue with his kickboxing, and I don't feel that he's a very, very fast character, but and I don't have an issue with his street fighting because I barely see any haymakers done from Prodigy. What I do see a little bit too much, though, is his fucking submissions, bro. The first match I fought against him on story mode, he submitted me, which was, I want to say that was probably 3 months ago. I'd have planned it out of like 20 years or something like that. But he did submit me, and I acknowledge that I have to get a better defense for submission moves. Now, this isn't a person with just submission moves alone. Like I said, the kickboxing and street fighting also adds to a couple things. Number one, he's not a primary submissioner. So he doesn't really get that primary buff that certain characters get when they only do submissions. Some of those buffs don't work though, bro. I've seen them work. Some of them are glitched too. I'll add that to the motherfucker stream. But nonetheless, man, Prodigy, his submissions just take away a little bit too much, and to get out of it, I know I'm tapping this button, but the button should be progressing a lot faster. So I think Prodigy's pretty cool. I fuck with him. Let's go find Havoc, y'all. Havoc I didn't have that much trouble with. Oh, no, he up. Yeah, can I find him? Damn, where's Havoc at? Am I that high? Oh, I see him. Oh, no, it's Ghostface. Oh, there you go. All right, Havoc. And I actually, since we at this moment, I do want to say a special thing about Havoc. And it's hard to say, because there's people who you grow up with. There's people who grow apart. There's people who you got to know over your adult life. Like when I turned 18, there was a new set of people that I made friends with. When I turned like 21, there was, a new set, but I still have my old friends and all that shit. I do want to say rest in peace to Prodigy, and God bless everybody who passed away on this game before we got a chance to actually talk about them. With the utmost respect, I do miss a lot of music that came from Mobb Deep. I hope Havoc is doing good. I hope everything is good with his peoples. I know that Prodigy is in a much better place than than being here, because this shit is fucked up sometimes. There's a lot of fucked up shit here, bro. But I just want to say God bless Prodigy, his peoples, Havoc, his peoples, and everybody that passed away. Just throughout life, everybody who passed away, God bless their souls, and I just want to let them know that we miss y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and take a hit for this too. All right, y'all. Let's get back to it. So for Havoc, we got martial arts and wrestling. I didn't have that many issues with Havoc, although the biggest pain in the neck was the fact that he was fast. Which is very rare for a wrestler to be fast, but he doesn't primarily do wrestling moves. That's the thing. He has that arsenal in his tool, but he's more of a martial artist. I only really had difficulty because of speed, and at the time of the speed was there. So a lot of situations I feel that Havoc could get the best for somebody, but he isn't someone that I'm really, really worried about, only because of my style of play. If I only have to work against speed, I work in a certain measurement of countering speed, sidestepping speed, and also playing a distance and interacting with the speed of the player, you know. So with that being said, love the way that they had Havoc set up, and I think Havoc was another one that he'll just run up and hit you as soon as you start the match. Make sure y'all got y'all controllers when y'all start the match, because they will run up and hit y'all. Then we got Family and Mac 10. I don't know about them being hidden gems now. Story mode Mac 10, not really a hidden gem. I don't remember facing Family in a story. If this tier list is saying that Mac 10 and Family are hidden gems of the Fight for New York game, I'm going to do a couple things and put them in the gameplay and just see how many matches they win. Just those two against some top tier characters. I might even put everybody from Hidden Gems in here and see how they all perform. The first person to win and the last person to come in last, that person will move on, and then that last person will not. Mac 10 being a hidden gem, Family being a hidden gem, I'll test that out, y'all. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. So let's go up to the obvious. We got Bubba Sparxxx, which Bubba Sparxxx pretty okay. I like him. I think he's actually pretty good, but for me, I'm not a Bubba Sparxxx main, so it really doesn't, you know. Cindy J, she's pretty good. I like Cindy. I like her blazing. Will somebody get the best of me off of Cindy J? Maybe. Maybe not. If I play a Cindy J against Lil Kim, that'd be a matchup, huh? Think I might get the best of Lil Kim. If I play as Lil Kim versus Cindy J, I think I might get the best as of that situation. So either way I go in the first to 10 with Cindy J against another female character, I feel like I'll be able to get the best. Probably get they'll probably get about 4 matches, and I'll probably get about 10. I think I'll get about. I'm not putting anything past. Oh damn! I forgot about Carmen Electra. Damn. Shit. Let me rethink that thought. Express. Carmen Electra against Cindy J. Let me not talk about Carmen Electra just yet. Let's say Cindy J against Lil Kim in the first to 10. I have Cindy J against like against. Let's say hypothetically, I have story mode Lil Kim, I have free for all Lil Kim, I have one-on-one Lil Kim, and I have competitive gameplay Lil Kim. Which let's just say that those are all different Lil Kims against basically the same situation set up where I have Cindy J story mode, Cindy J competitively, Cindy J on hard mode and free for all, and Cindy J on hard mode one-on-one. If I started off with Cindy J, and I grinded with Cindy J to face competitively, let's just say competitively, in our own competitive league, that characters that were obvious and below. I'm not putting Capo Squad, this is Broke or Titans in this just yet. If I put them in obvious and below, meaning that Hidden Gems, SS Tier, all those niggas, I feel in a first to 10, I would win with Cindy J. I'm not saying that I wouldn't go a perfect 10 against anyone under the obvious squad, but I feel confident if I mained Cindy J and I focused and I made sure that I was on my shit, I will win a first to 10. Hey, I appreciate you for being back in here too, Donnie. I did mention you earlier, Donnie, about Danny Trejo. But with that being said, let's go over to Cindy J's attributes and let's look at her skills. Shit, where's Cindy J at? Did I pass Cindy? Okay, here we go. I got you, Donnie. I got you, Donnie. So let's talk about why I, the Corey Malone Project, would main Cindy J. That's cool, Donnie. I appreciate you being in here. Y'all know my style of play. Every time I talk, I mention 1, 2. I mention upper power. And I mention speed. Now, that lower power could definitely use a lot of help. Toughness could definitely use a lot of help. Not saying that it's going to use a lot. Just it could use a little. Toughness could use a little. Health could be a lot more than what it is. And charisma could use a little bit more. Just to get us to like 70. You know, right now it looks at toughness is at 65 or so. Maybe 67. Same thing about charisma. That looks like that's at about 67. Now, y'all know I like haymakers. Y'all know I like certain styles of punching and shit. Yeah, I agree with that also, Express. But the way that I play is I use my defense to create an offense, right? So when I play with Cindy J, I'm gonna establish that I have speed. I'm gonna make that known that I am a very fast speed player. So when I do my strikes, they are based off of distance and speed. If I know that you're approaching me, I'm gonna play the speed card and I'm gonna play the distance card. When you take me down to the ground with Cindy J, the second you pick me up, Express, I'm going to be ready to punch. I'm not blocking. I'm punching. Because more than likely, Cindy J's speed, which is very great, along with her upper power, she can win exchanges without being touched, right? Now, what does that mean? In a situation where Donnie picks me up off the ground like you picked me up off the ground, Express, and you have a slower character, I'm not instantly stunned in certain situations. Now, I'm not saying that when you pick me up, I will not be stunned because of health and toughness. There's a good chance that I could get stunned once you get me past 70, 60%. You put me in a good move, Express, like a strong grapple or something, and you pick me up, I may be stunned for a couple seconds, bro. Maybe about 1 second of a stun, which is a long time. If I'm not stunned, I'm winning that exchange. I'm winning that exchange all the time. So that's why I play a speedy game. I can't play your game against me while I'm playing Cindy J. Her moveset is pretty good too. I like her moveset. For us to be a street fighting martial artist, Y'all know me. I established this jab. Once I get my jab going, I'm grappling. Once I get that grappler going, I'm kneeing. And then once I'm kneeing, I'm taking it from there. In a lot of situations, whoever I'm playing with, if they have a fucking good haymaker, I'm willing to grab them and throw them against the wall to make sure I get that haymaker. Now, the reason why I do this is I need to switch it up, bro. I need to fucking switch this up, bro. When I 1-2 with Cindy, and hopefully I can get this grab, because that grab, Express, I can't look at that shit right now, bro. I'll look at it off. I'll send me that shit after the stream, bro, because I'm using this stream to make a tier list video. So I can't look at that shit just yet. But I will let you know, Express. So send me that shit on Facebook or IG or something, and I got you. All right, I got you, Express. So when I'm using Cindy J, I'm doing my jab 1-2. I'll knee you, and then I'll toss you to the wall. And if I'm looking for a mix-up, I'm gonna try to pull off some type of haymaker. If the haymaker, because the haymaker isn't gonna take away that much. It's not its highest when you throw them against the wall, but it is a switch up. What that switch up does to the AI is once you hit them with a haymaker, which knocks them down to the ground, they understand that a haymaker will be used very soon after that. So the AI gets used to your repeated attacks, basically. What does that do for me? What does that do for me when I play Cindy J? When the computer or another player is getting up, they're going to try to hit me because I'm going to stay within a certain amount of distance to be close to them, similar to how I did the Crow Challenge, y'all. So I'm next to them, and then before they try to get up, they're going to activate that animation to strike you when they get up. So I'm backing up. So about 0.3 seconds, I'll stay near them while they're on the ground, and then I'll back up. So that they can initiate that animation, and then I come back in, and because I have speed, 1, 2, grab them. More than likely, if they get that animation, they're looking the other way. So I'm guaranteed these hits. 1, 2, grab them, which hits them to the ground. Hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. No, Cindy J do look good. Hey, on the side note, Express, do they got a gallery in here too, bro? So for that reason, I feel like Cindy J is obviously very good. I like Cindy J. Like she got good movesets. I like it. And she look good too. I agree with that, Express. But let's go on and talk about somebody else. Xzibit. You know, I started this game. I started playing Def Jam Fight for New York for the first time in like 15 to 20 years. Back in February or April. Maybe it was April. No, maybe it's March. I started playing Def Jam. No, maybe it was April for Fight for New York. I think I started Fight for New York back in April. And once I went through the story mode, had a great time, completed it, enjoyed everybody who supported it. And I went to the free-for-all. And I started working there because, you know, a nigga eventually completed everything about the story. He said she got a long neck. You petty, bro. You petty. Said to realize she got a long neck. But when I was playing free-for-all, almost every match I included Xzibit in. When I started doing free-for-all, I included Xzibit in a lot of matches. He was very fun to play against. He was not guaranteed to win all the time, but he had some pretty good arsenal moves to work with. And overall, he brought some fun gameplay. He wasn't boring. He had some good switch-ups, and he kept it competitively. So Xzibit really set the tone for me when I started back playing this game for the first time on how fun it was to play against him. And, you know, just a couple weeks ago, I was playing with him, and it was still fun. So Xzibit definitely is a character that I actually like practicing against because of my style of play. What's up, Nicholas? I appreciate you being in here, my G. It's much love. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Right now, I'm just talking about my tier list. I'm sorry, I'm ranking the tier list of Def Jam Fight for New York. So feel free to chill around, order some food. I'll probably be another 30 minutes talking about this. And right now, we got my boy Donnie in here, and we got my boy Express in here, and they support the stream every day and shit like that. So I appreciate you for being in here and saying something, Nicholas. So with that being said, Xzibit, I like him. I think Xzibit is a pretty cool character to play against and with. He matches my style of play to a certain extent. I actually don't rely on submission moves that much in this game. Hold on, let me get a little sip of water. I know that I have to defend against submission move characters, which Xzibit does very well, by the way. So to have a strong submission game, which I'm not gonna say he has the strongest, but he has the skill of it, right? And if you add the kickboxing to that, that's pretty dope. Now, what really makes me run with Xzibit is solely based on the speed, and also the knees to the stomach when you have them in a grapple. Y'all know y'all know I have this thing about speed, and as we can see, this is on Hall of Fame. So to exchange with the Xzibit, you're gonna lose the exchange almost 90% of the time. Now, for everybody who's not familiar with an exchange, that's basically if I press triangle or whatever button that you have as a forward two, or like a damn, what the fuck they call it, a up two or some shit like that. I don't know. Basically your punch button, your punch button. If I throw a punch at Xzibit and he throws a punch at me, he's going to get that punch before me because he has Hall of Fame speed. Now, how does this affect everything else when it comes to speed? Now, let's say Xzibit gets me in a submission move. Excuse me. Xzibit gets me in the submission move. Okay. What language do you speak? Because Donnie speaks Spanish. Do you speak Spanish, Nicholas? Hey, Donnie, can you help translate some things to Nicholas just in case? Donnie speaks fluent Spanish. That's his first language. Donnie Fernandez, that's who I'm talking about. Okay, so with Xzibit gets me in a submission move. He picks me off the ground. If I try to throw a punch, he could get me with a punch first. If he throws a grab, if he attempts to grab, he could probably get me with a grab first, bro, depending on our health. For those reasons, hey, I see you, Donnie. I see you, Donnie. Good shit, Donnie. Whatever you said. I appreciate you, Donnie. Thank you for the translations, El Jefe. So we look at Xzibit's upper power. We look at his lower power. We look at his speed, his toughness, his health, and his charisma. Arguably, that is a fucking great attribute setup, minus the charisma. But if you don't play with blazing and you focus more on the submission aspects, you could kind of work with it, and based on this game, on how you play, you can get your submissions. Oh, okay. Thanks a lot. Okay, cool. Hey, thanks a lot, Donnie. I appreciate you. Como estas, Nicholas? All right, quick. Como me llamo? Is that the one, Donnie? All right, let's move forward. We're already an hour in this stream. So for that reason, tell him that I'm talking about how good Nick. I think he might understand a little bit, right? All right, cool. So I like Xzibit. I put him in every match that I damn near play, just because I like facing somebody who can kind of make me switch things up, especially when I'm facing someone who's submission. Yeah, Donnie, I'm working on my Spanish, my G. I'm working on my Spanish, my G. So we have Tech, Henry Rollins, Slick Rick, and Warren G. Next up, I'll speed through quite a few of these in Copper Squad, and This Is Broke, and then I'll speak about the Titans. Which I'm going to put a lot of priority on this Titans. So, Tech is pretty cool. I don't play with him or against him that many times, but for the times that I have, pretty solid move set, pretty decent character to run with against. And I think I played him recently, probably a couple weeks ago, and I worked him, of course, but nonetheless, hold on, let me bring every character up. Hold on, let me see who's the last couple characters on this line. Tech, Henry Rollins, Slick Rick. Hold on, I'm about to bring all characters up. Part of the obvious. I ain't gonna lie, I'm high. Okay, so we got Slick Rick. Wait, that's it, 1G? Yep, we got, oh wait, nope. 1G. Tech. And we look for Henry Rollins. Oh shit, I did not mean to do that, y'all. Can we still see it? Oh fuck, we gotta start off. My bad, y'all. I mean to press X. So we got Henry Rollins. Warren G, Slick Rick, and Tech. Okay. Make sure we good. Hey, shout out to Colombia. Colombia. Shout out to Colombia. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, let's get it, y'all. So the final four people that we have for the obvious tier list is Henry Rollins, which Henry Rollins was actually my favorite player for a long time, bro. I respected him. I like the way that they have him in this game, the setup of it, and the fact that he's the one teaching you 3 different skills. Like, come on, bro. Let's get right. When I was actually playing this game back in like 2004 or 2005 or whatever, he was my favorite character at that time. Now things have changed because I understand with a lot of games now that speed is definitely a difference maker. Not to say it's the perfect thing that really runs the game, but it sets a lot of things aside and says, hey, you might want to have some speed more than not having speed. So obviously, for Henry Rollins' skill set, his kickboxing, his street fighting, martial arts. Wait, is it submission? Oh, I'm sorry, submission. His submission, martial arts, and street fighting is also a pretty good combo that I like, but I don't love. And the reason why I don't love it is because of the submission aspect of it. Not to say submission is the worst of the skill set, but it plays a different role based on your gameplay. I'm a striker, right, y'all? I prefer to strike, but I have adapted to being also a wrestler. You feel me? Hold on. My fault, Donnie. I'm just catching up on the chat. Oh shit, bro. Damn, bro. Y'all fucking president been kidnapped, bro. Hey, Donnie, just for this stream, let's not talk about that, but we could talk about that in the next stream. We'll talk about the corruption of the country and the CNN and the president being kidnapped, bro. That's crazy. The president being kidnapped. But let me finish this stream with just Def Jam Fight for New York because I still got a couple more people to work with. And then next stream, we'll talk about the corruption of the country and the president. Who the fuck kidnapped the president? Don't answer that, Donnie. Don't answer that. Let's get back to the wow, they petty. Let's get back to the content. I mean, honestly, like Warren G looks well decorated with the way that he has. It's a tribute set up. Oh wait, I didn't talk about Henry Rollins' tributes. So for Henry Rollins, I mean, we see his lower power is pretty good. Well, very good, honestly. It's probably at about a 90. His upper power is at probably about an 85. So that's very good to have. I don't know why they did not give him that much speed. I feel that a submission street fighting martial artist should have a little bit more speed. If I wanted to be petty, bro, and say I will sacrifice 10% health because he has Hall of Fame health and Hall of Fame toughness just to get that 10% speed. But Henry Rollins was my favorite character for a long time, y'all. And if I did play with him, I would have a blast. But moving on, Warren G, which is a wrestling, kickboxing, martial artist. Yeah, I remember I was speaking about this Def Jam Fight for New York Bible. About there's a very descriptive setup of each skill upon skill upon skill of when you get it and what your attributes look like once you have it. Hey, I appreciate that, Donnie. Oh, wow, is it aliens? No. I got my what's it name? I got my oil. Hit that bell one more time. Hey, ¿cómo estás, amigo? Me no speak español. Hey, Donnie, could you get hey Donnie, hey Donnie, I might need your help a lot, bro. Hey Donnie, can you tell him what the stream is about and tell him that I don't speak English? I mean, damn, bro, I'm fried. Damn, bro. Damn, bro, I'm cooked. Man, I'm high. Tell him I'm high right now too. Tell him I was smoking some weed. All right, let me get back to the stream real quick, y'all. Let me get back to the list. So Warren G, kickboxing, submission, martial artist. I was telling y'all, wait, he's a wrestler? Kickboxing, martial artist? Oh, I'm looking at Slick Rick. My fault, y'all. I was looking at Slick Rick. Warren G's a wrestling, kickboxing, martial artist. You petty, Donnie. I know that says English. I know what English is, bro. Chill, Donnie. You petty. So when I play this game, obviously I look for speed, but I also want to have upper power, cause speed you're going to be tediously, if that's a word, you're going to be hitting them, but are you going to be hurting them? Now, some might even say, well, you can hurt them, but what if you can't hit them? It plays a very important role of how this game is set up, bro. Obviously, Hall of Fame speed and Hall of Fame toughness goes a long way, though. It really makes you compete against people differently than someone who wouldn't have those setups. Warren G, pretty cool character. I like him. Does a good job. I wish they gave him more more upper power points. That way he could be overpowered, but I mean, he has good stats anyway. So moving along to Slick Rick, who has very good upper power. Did not need that much points in a lower power, although with the way his skills is set up, if you're a kickboxer, I think you should have lower power, right? Speed is pretty decent. Obviously, he could get outworked on his speed by someone like Warren G, but it's not as low as someone like Henry Rollins. Now, Henry Rollins doesn't have low speed, but there is a difference between the speed that he has and the speed that Slick Rick has. So when you put those into a factor, let's look at the toughness. Toughness is all Hall of Fame. Pretty cool health, pretty cool charisma. Could definitely say he is not a low health or low charisma, but he is far from Hall of Fame on those aspects. And as someone who has played with Slick Rick, he's pretty fun to play with. And he's very fun to play against. Hey, Donnie, who's your favorite character? Is it Henry Rollins or is it Crazy Legs? So moving forward, we have Tech, which I'm very curious to why Tech is in this obvious category. I am very curious. The reason why I am very curious is because he has a kickboxing and martial arts skill set. Oh, okay. I got you. I should have known that. He has a kickboxing and martial arts skill set. When you have high lower power, I understand it. His lower power is very great. His speed, however, is not. It's not the greatest. It's something to work with and something that could possibly work against. But nevertheless, he has speed that may be a little bit better than folks, but cannot compete against somebody who has a speed like Warren G. Oh, you like Snowman? All right, I fuck with Snowman. Snowman cool. Now, when you consider that as a martial arts and kickboxer, having as high as lower power as he does, I don't know why he is in this obvious category. I feel like maybe he should be an A tier, but I've only played with him like probably a handful of times. And just to be clear, everybody, I played with a lot of characters, y'all. It took a lot of time to play with these characters. Probably maybe about 10 times each, just to get the hang of it and just to say I did a first to 10 again with these characters. But if you put that rule of thumb against competitive gameplay, that a tournament that may be custom for everybody to use, like all characters are available, that might be a way different, bro. Express, I'm about to start Capo Squad. This is broke, and then I'm gonna finish it off with the Titans. Right now I went through Tech, Slick Rick, and Warren G and Henry Rollins. So next up we have Capo Squad, This is broke, and basically our demigods. We've been I think in total time, because the other stream had ended, I think we're coming up on like 3 hours, y'all. Maybe 2.5. Did not know it was 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna run through these 5 characters really quickly, and we're gonna end it off once I go through the Titans list. So let me bring up these 5 characters real quick for y'all. Sean Paul. Oh shit, wrong button. So Sean Paul, Crazy Legs, Dan G, Lil Flip, and Bless. Say Sean Paul. Got Crazy Legs. Did we pass him? I'll put Lil Flip. So I'm doing Capo Squad and actually no. Let me do Capo Squad first. Dan G. And I'm looking for Sean Paul. I think he was on this side, wasn't he? Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. So right now, everybody, we're looking at Capo Squad, which is the 3rd from the top. And this is, we're almost complete with this reaction and rate. So let's start off just by simply just looking at everybody's attributes. And then we'll look at their skills. And then we'll just talk a little bit about them as the player, the competitive league, and also playing against them versus a CPU. So obviously, first thing we're going to notice is the jumpsuit game is different for Crazy Leg, Dan G, and Sean Paul. I would honestly think that they would hang out together. Although Sean Paul don't got on a jumpsuit, you can argue that that's an open jumpsuit. Why does Crazy Leg and Dan G both have their arms crossed? Looking at our upper power for Crazy Legs, Dan G, and Sean Paul, it appears to be that Crazy Legs is more on the weaker side with his lower power, and there seems to be kind of like a back and forth tie between Dan G and Sean Paul. Now, where does this play a very important role at? I'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about that in a second. Oh, thank you for that information too, Express. So for everybody who was unable to see, the reason why they are ranked extremely high, which they're only 2 tiers below the demigods out of a like 10-tier list or some shit like that, is because they have a style called Capoeira with only 4 people having that, and you can't get it on PS2, GameCube, or Xbox, only the PSP version. So, I think that was, didn't Eddie have, if anybody remembers Tekken, is it Tekken? What was Eddie's style in Tekken? Anybody remember that? Was it that? Was it the same style? So, let's look over at the lower power. That lower power is very great for Crazy Legs and Sean Paul. And the only person that is lacking in this lower power, because if you compare lower power to lower power, you definitely notice a difference, is Dan G. But I will say that Dan G's blazing is pretty cool. He's probably one of the cooler ones that I like. Which is, his blazing is more of a capoeira style than anything. So if we consider us being mainly a kicker, let's just say a kicker, let's look at our speed between all of these characters, or these three characters, I should say. We have Hall of Fame speed with Crazy Legs and Sean Paul. We're basically neck and neck with Crazy Legs and Sean Paul. They basically are neck and neck. Now, we could argue that Sean Paul is a little bit better right now, looking at just these three stats, but we're not going to say that right now. However, we are going to say that Dan G, in comparison to them, is a little lower, but there's a reason why he's a little bit lower. He has an extra fighting style, which is obviously street fighting. So that kind of makes things a little bit different to consider. And I'm not going to lie. That style is pretty difficult to fight against. I think, honestly, when it comes down to my matchups, the hardest style for me to fight is martial arts. I'm not going to lie. So for these characters to have that as their primary skill, that is a challenge for me. When you consider that the martial arts get a specific buff, and these niggas have Hall of Fame speed, that's something to consider. Let's look at the toughness, though. This is where things start to change over because of Dan G's extra fighting style. Because of Crazy Legs and how his lower power and speed is overpowered, some would say. And if we look at Sean Paul's lower power and speed, obviously these things are either coming upon being Hall of Fame or is Hall of Fame. You have to suffer somewhere, right? So if we look at the toughness of Crazy Legs, Dan G, and Sean Paul, we can see that something different has happened. Now, let's compare. Let's just compare Crazy Legs and Sean Paul's toughness, because Dan G's toughness is very great. We don't need to question that, because he's a street fighter. A lot of street fighters have great toughness. I don't make the rules, y'all. This is just what they put in the information of the Bible. Crazy Legs appears to have a little bit of an edge over Sean Paul when it comes to toughness. But I tell you where he does not have an edge at, and which may be the all and be all for why Crazy Legs is no longer a character that I would main. Now, I do like Crazy Legs, and I would main them for sure, y'all, but I need fucking health, bro. I need health. Crazy Legs' health is very fucking low to be up this high. Even if we swap toughness and health, it still wouldn't make a difference because his toughness ain't that great either. I would say that it's solid, but the best way for me to beat Crazy Legs and Sean Paul is I have to have a good start. Some would even say I have to have a great start. Hey, Donnie, they do look like a rap band, don't they? I like they fits, though. They look like a boogie, like back in the day, the niggas that was spinning on their head, the B-box, the B-boys. The B-box boys, is that what they call them? And for everybody that's just tuning in for this stream for the first time or who has been here plenty of times, I am the Corey Malone Project. This is the Corey Malone Show. And right now, we're just rating and reacting to the tier list that was provided by some awesome folks in the Def Jam Fight for New York community. And we're giving our honest opinions on what we like, what we don't like, and what we see. Right now, we're in the Capo, the Capo tier. And, I mean, these guys are in a class of their own. If these are your main, I can understand why. Honestly, they can't be my main too much, though, because I need toughness, and specifically, I need more health. You would know once you don't have good health. And if you start beating Crazy Legs' ass, you can see that they don't. I'm sorry, you can see that he don't. Now, when you look over at Sean Paul has great health. And he has Hall of Fame charisma. So when you put those into consideration, hey, that's pretty fucking good to have. So all throughout the capo tier, mostly in certain situations, Crazy Legs had an advantage, right? But not that many situations. Dan G, though, great character too. Out of all three of them, I like all three of their blazons. At one point, Dozer had all three of their blazons. So with that being said, let's move over to the next tier, y'all. And we're going to finish up strong. I'm trying to finish up within the next 15 minutes, y'all. And we are going to go over to the broke section of the tier list. These characters are broken. They have very, very well benefits of how their styles are made, on how their skill set is set up. They are a mix of what a hidden gem plus a broken character could be. And they are very active and fun to play with. So let's look at both Lil Flip and Bless. Let me find them. Flip is at the top, I think. Where is he? Oh, wait, there go Flip. And we looking for Bless. I think Bless down to the left. You look like Bubba Sparxxx a little bit. Oh, there we go. All right, y'all. So we are at the This Is Broke tier list. These characters are broken, and they are one step from being demigods. Something about them specifically just didn't make the cut for being a demigod. But nonetheless, they say that these characters are broken, which I could agree with to a certain extent. The extent is where you consider them broken at. What type of gameplay are you doing when you say that they are broken? I want to just mention out to everybody that I played Def Jam Fight for New York, the story mode, the 1v1, the free-for-all. All this is on hard, by the way. And also, I played with a couple people in the community competitively so I can get better, right? And I reached out to a couple people and said, yo, I like that gameplay, bro. That was clean. That was fucking clean. I'm gonna need to get right with you. Lil Flip is very good to me. I like his skill set. I suffer against martial artists. His speed is Hall of Fame. His striking and upper power is Hall of Fame. Did not need that many points in the lower, but he did have lower things, lower power. Toughness is pretty cool. Health is very great. And charisma is pretty good. I like Flip. His blazing, I like it. And I can see why people would consider him broke. My only thing about this is, when you say a character is broken, are you saying he's broken everywhere? Or are you saying that he's only broken under certain situations? Now let's consider this. Let's consider we fought Lil Flip in story mode. In my honest opinion, bro, I feel with certainty on God's green earth that the story mode version of these characters is a little bit different than the actual free-for-all character and also 1v1 character. Now, I fought Lil Flip on hard mode. on story mode. Same thing with 1v1 and same thing for free for all. The game mechanism works a little bit different for free for all. Cuz they're a mix of people who they have to fight, and sometimes the AI gets worked. Lil Flip competitively is a demon. He's a demon. I'll call it how I see it. I think that if the tournament was open to players being allowed to play with Flip, I could see a lot of people maining Flip. And with that being said, let's go over to Bless, which I kind of have an issue with. I spoke to someone on YouTube, no, Facebook. I was in a Facebook group, and we talk about Def Jam Fight for New York shit, you know, because I like communities. I like being in shit. I like being part of shit, y'all. And I was asking somebody, can somebody tell me why Bless is broken? A person sent me some gameplay. And I'm like, God damn, the boy working. And then I watched some gameplay of him as an AI. I can see why people say he is broken as a user, like a person playing the game. The AI version of him is not broken, though. I would disagree with him being broken on the AI side. Realistically, his upper body's pretty good. His lower body's very great. His speed is pretty good. He doesn't have that toughness, but his health is pretty good. And his charisma is good, solid. Let's say solid. Not to mention, he has kickboxing and martial artists as his skills. I don't struggle with those two combined, although I have struggled before with those two combined. But primary martial artists, I struggle with, mainly because of the speed shit. But he does not have that speed that a lot of other martial artists do have. Now, you see we have martial artists up here right now. We have Crazy Legs, Dan G, Flip, and we got Bless. Look at Bless's speed and say he can win in exchange. No, he can't. Don't even try. Don't try. Because he can't. So with that, I had got some proof that he was broken. And he's only broken if you know how to play with him, basically. So, with that being said, let's move over to the Demigod Titan tier list. And man, oh man, this goes without saying, y'all. I've been waiting my whole fucking life for this. Because I got an issue with the final section of this list. Now, I had issues earlier with some of the rankings in the Titans on this game. After this, we'll close the stream out too, y'all. So I appreciate everybody who's been in here and who showed up and, you know, who's vibing in this bitch. Our demigod list for Def Jam Fight for New York, which is updated as of August 2021 by the Club Murder, the official Def Jam competitive fighting game and fandom community Discord presented. These are our Titans. It is illegal to play with these characters in a professional tournament as of August 2021. These characters are so broken inside and out that you really need to not bullshit when you face against these characters. In fact, these characters I actually faced off against plenty of times when it came to doing a challenge because I need to set the fucking tone. Hey, chill. Hey, Express, chill. Express, chill. Chill. Give me a second, Express. I did when I do my Def Jam Fight for New York challenges, it has to include at least one of these characters. These characters are so fucking broken. They give me hell. They give me grief. I know if you beat these characters, I have to take you seriously. If you beat them on hard, I have to take you seriously because you are facing them as on Legendary. Let's start off with Sticky Fingers, which is probably the second most controversial one on this list that I have a problem with. I will admit Sticky Fingers is broken. I will admit that I've seen fucking niggas cook with him. I will admit that I've seen the AI work with him. I will admit that. But he is possibly the lowest on this fucking Titan list. Sticky Fingers versus any of these niggas on the Titans list, I'm not choosing Sticky Fingers, bro. I'm not. If my man Express said, yo, Corey Malone project, I bet Sticky Fingers is gonna win. I'm like, bro, I bet he not. If Express said, yo, Corey Malone project, why you feel that way? Well, first of all, we got demigods. These niggas in this list is not bullshitting. Crow don't bullshit. Doc don't bullshit. Carmen Electra don't bullshit. And I'm going to talk about Suspect right now because I think Suspect is bullshit. I don't like the design of this character. I don't like the way that they gave him Hall of Fame on everything for him to be in this fucking Titan list. I don't like his moveset. I said, fuck his blazing. He is the third. I'm sorry, not third. He is only on this tier list, in my honest opinion, because of his attribute setup. Because he has Hall of Fame everything. Man, fuck that. Let's move over. Fuck Suspect. I don't know where they even came up with the design for Suspect. I'm only putting him above Sticky Fingers because of that one thing. Now, here comes the section that I knew it was going to come down to. We got Crow. Which, shout out to Crow, because I did complete the Crow challenge. For everybody who is not familiar with it, which y'all niggas should be, because if you watching this video, you should know your fucking shit about the Crow challenge. And if you don't, I got a problem with that, bro. If you don't know what the Crow challenge is, at the time of watching this video, I got a problem with it. Not a huge problem, because, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. So fuck it. But I did complete the Crow challenge. I had a game plan. I respect everything Crow does. When I face Crow in any situation, I'm 100% trying to win. I don't go in there doing 5 haymakers. No, I'm only doing 1 haymaker, and that haymaker is if I can get a solid KO and I have a good enough health lead. Because if you catch me bullshitting with Crow, I deserve to lose, because Crow will make you lose. Doc, a.k.a. Redman. Doc is probably my favorite blazing. Doc probably has my favorite blazing. It is very similar to Scarface's. I like Doc a lot. I respect Doc a lot. He reverses fucking great. in a one-on-one situation with Doc, in a free-for-all situation with Doc, in a competitive level with Doc, I have to be aware of his buff. Inside of the Bible that was made by Element, shout out to Element, shout out to Express for putting me on Element. In the Bible that was made by Element, Element said that you get a counter buff when you are a martial artist. It said about a 10 or 15% buff. So just add that 10 or 15% chance of that. Of countering, you know. Doc is fucking deadly as a counter artist. I love his blazing. I honestly need to put his blazing on. The only reason why I don't have Doc's blazing on is because the way I run my stream, I want everybody that's in my stream to have an opinion or at least some type of vibe and view on what I could have a setup as. So when it comes down to blazing, I let everybody who supports my stream choose my blazing because I don't give a fuck. I respect Doc. When it came down to me doing that Haymaker challenge, bro, Doc was one that got me. And the first to 10 against a competitive Doc player, I need to be on my fucking P's and Q's. On hard mode against computer, one-on-one, Doc, I need to be on my P's and Q's. I cannot bullshit because if I bullshit, I'm going to lose. I don't want to talk about his skills. I don't want to talk about his attributes. We know what Doc can do. Y'all play this game. I'm not going over to look at Doc's attributes. I don't care about Snoop's attributes. I don't care about Suspect's attributes or Sticky Fingers attributes. I don't give a fuck. We played this game over hundreds of hours. Over hundreds. And last but not least, because I saved the best for last. Let me hit this pen real quick, y'all. This is arguably the worst matchup for me. Y'all may say differently because Doc is a bad matchup for me. And I'll be honest because I'm honest. Because if I'm not, that says a lot about me, right? Hold on, I'm hitting this shit, bro. We talking about fucking Carmen Electra. Man, oh man. When I say her fucking counter game is the best I've ever seen, I watch her play against other characters in the same tier, nigga. She counter and cooking these niggas. I don't even throw Suspect or Sticky Fingers in this because I know they have no chance against Carmen Electra. Redman does and Crow does, but I seen Crow and Redman get worked by Carmen Electra. There was a challenge I did a couple weeks ago that, hey, y'all niggas should watch. It's on my YouTube, the Corey Malone Project. I was so excited when I finished Crow's challenge. I was so excited when I knocked Redman the fuck out. And I was so grateful and honored to be in this position of playing against a demigod, the best character, in my opinion, on this game. When I played with her, I felt fucking awesome. When I seen other people play with her, I said, yo, she's a demigod, bro. Don't play with her. She's the one to play with, not against. When I see the AI play with her, I'm putting my money on her, bro. I don't give a fuck what her attributes look like. Her IQ is different. And with that being said, y'all, this is the Corey Malone Project. And I did a full fucking tier list of Def Jam Fight for New York. Now, I will say, I'm going to go down the list one more time before I get y'all niggas out of here. But I will say, I'm going to tell y'all in each tier who is the player of my favorite that I would use. We're starting off on Z tier, y'all. So Z tier, I'm gonna go with Kimora. Jacob is kind of shitty. I'm not gonna talk too much because I want to get out of here, and I need y'all to get out of here too, bro. Plus, I spoke about their tiers on another video. So for Z tier, I'm taking Kimora. For E tier, oh fuck, my bad, y'all. Let me start from the top. Damn, what the fuck? For Z tier, I'm taking Kimora. For E tier, I'm taking Manny. For D tier, I'm taking Flavor Flav. For C tier, I'm taking Shauna. For B tier, I want to take Jarvis. I'll take Jarvis. For A tier, I'll take Scarface, but I wouldn't mind taking Bone Crusher or Starks, but I'll take Scarface hands down. For S tier, let me take Ice-T. Ooh, this is an interesting one, man. Yeah, let me take Ice-T. For SS tier, man, that's a hard one. Wow, for SS tier. For SS tier, I might go David Banner, bro. Yeah, let me go David Banner. I like his haymaker. Actually, I could go Meth. Yeah, let me go Method. Let me go Method Man. For Hidden Gems, I'm taking Joe Budden. For Obvious, let me go. Man, it's either between Cindy J or Xzibit. I might go Xzibit. For Capo Squad, let me get Crazy Legs. Now let me get Sean Paul. For This Is Broke, let me take Lil Flip. And for our Demigod Titan section, I'm taking Carmen Electra, y'all. I got you. I hands down. I hands down. So with that being said, y'all, I had a great time making this stream. This has been a video that I know I said I wanted to make for the past couple weeks, and I finally did it. It's going to be in 3 segments, so part 1, part 2, and part 3, which I'll put them in their own playlist so you guys will be able to check those out. Might release them all during the same day. I don't know. Actually, no, I can't because I need to have this one edited. But with that being said, everybody, I am the Corey Malone Project, the host of the Corey Malone Show. I reacted and rated the tier list that came from the community. This is official as of August 2021. As y'all know, I love Def Jam Fight for New York, and I respect everything about every person that put this list together. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and y'all have a beautiful, blessed, subscribe me, watch my videos, and get y'all motherfucking likes and sharing and talking in my comments type of day. And I will catch y'all niggas fucking later. Y'all take care.